Well, Thursday's phone call between both Biden and Netanyahu could be a tipping point when it comes to U.S.-Israel tensions. For more analysis, let's cross to Singapore and speak to James Dorsey. He's an adjunct senior fellow at Rajaratnam School of International Studies. Thank you for being with us on the program. Now, the U.S. Says Israel will have to change its policy or else they will change their policy. What's going to be interesting here is it's going to be interesting to see the kind of measures that the U.S. will take or would be willing to take against Israel if it doesn't comply. What do you think they would do?
Well, I think, first of all, we've got to be clear what those measures, what the Israelis are supposed to do. The opening of the Erez crossing, as well as the availability of the Israeli port of Ashdod, if one reads correctly what Biden told Netanyahu, is really only a first step. There were three keys to what Biden said. Increased flow, massive flow of humanitarian goods, protection of innocent civilians, and a ceasefire, an immediate ceasefire. We're seeing this weekend a meeting in Cairo between the CIA director Bill Burns and his Israeli and Egyptian counterparts, as well as the Qatari prime minister, to discuss a ceasefire. And Israel's going to have to make clear that it is going to be flexible in those negotiations. If the Israelis are just going through the motions, then I think what you're going to see is potentially conditionality on American arms supplies. I don't think you will see a full American embargo. You could see greater flexibility of the United States in the UN Security Council. And I think you would see potentially also a curbing of to some degree of financial aid. But again, the proof is going to be in the pudding, both in terms of how the Israelis respond and in terms of what actions the Americans attach to what Biden has said.
Do you think those actions would have a ripple effect in the region in terms of the relationships that Israel has been normalizing, especially with predominantly Muslim countries in the region?
I sort of doubt it. I mean, Israel's relations with various countries in the region are what they are. Those countries that have diplomatic relations with Israel have made clear that they're not going to rupture those diplomatic relations, even if they are upset by the way Israel conducts its war. Keep in mind that some of those countries actually favor a destruction of Hamas. It's just that they don't like the way this is unfolded. Then there are those countries with Israel has informal relations, not formal relations. And I don't think that while those informal relations may have cooled down, again, they have not been ruptured. So I don't see that this is going to have a great deal of effect or further effect on Israeli relations in the region itself.
All right, James Dorsey, I'm going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for being with us here on the NewsHour.
My pleasure. Thank you.